Alright, so let's hop right back into things here. Is my controller connected? Sweet. At first I thought it might not be connected. So, first of all, after the last part, if I click off the game here, which will make the screen flash black, unfortunately, but after the last part, Metal Face is gone! Oh man, now I have to click back on the stream. I just had to click off so I could put that message in the chat there with the crab rave GIF emotes there of Metal Face is gone. Anyway, so last time we fought Mumkar here for the last time, and he kind of went down there and exploded. So if anybody's wondering if he's still alive, if he survived that, the answer is no. Metal Face is actually gone now. He is dead, Zoo. So yeah, it's also really interesting because the game portrays Metal Face as like the main antagonist for like the first half-ish, something like that. Like up until like if Prison Island is a halfway point, then yeah, Metal Face is basically the main antagonist until then. And here he is already dead part of the way through the game. And we have a new main antagonist. So it's funny how this game like kind of tricks you with like, are you the final boss? Are you the final boss? Are you the final boss? It does that a few times. Anyway, I did a few things since the last time I went live though. So, like, when I was originally doing the last part, there was a little bit of a problem with the cutscene of Mokar actually dying there. There was one alert sound that I didn't mute, which was my sub alert, which lasts for like a minute, so the sub alert sound was playing for like a minute during that cutscene. So I had to fix that, and it was after that during the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 stream, which I'm not sure what order these parts are going to go in until I can figure out how I can cut up these parts and put them in a good order for them to progress together. So this might not have happened yet, or probably, more likely than not, it probably has already happened. The part where I fixed my audio issues and my alert box issues during Chapter 5 of Xenoblade 2. Because I was told that apparently I can have the alert box completely deactivate when it's gone. So when I hit this button here to take away the chat, my camera, and the alert box, it actually mutes the alert box too now. So now I don't have to worry about that. But, like, because it was still an issue at this point, I'm gonna have to go back and, like, re-edit, like, the first half of Chapter 5 of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Because I have, like, all these weird audio issues when I use Streamlabs OBS instead of regular OBS with that. And I had to go back and redo the fight for this, which I just recorded on my own time, and I annihilated Mumkar again, so I got to kill him twice, basically. So I killed him again, and I re-recorded that cutscene, which is now saved on my computer, so I'm going to have to edit that into the last part to fix that, so the audio isn't all messed up during that cutscene, during one of the most important cutscenes of the game, so there isn't like a 1 minute long counterattack from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 playing in the background. So I did that as well. We did a teeny bit of grinding off stream, not a whole lot. I just got up to level 51, so it's not like I went crazy about anything like that, just kind of went up to the next level. But I also went around and I got some arts manuals. So when it comes to leveling up arts here, you can only level them up to intermediate here. Like, you can only get them up to level 4 there by standard with no arts manuals. And then if you get the intermediate one, you can level up 3 more. And then the advanced one, which, like, we don't even have enough AP to be doing that kind of stuff yet, is that last one that's all, like, grayed out. Like, if I turn my camera off, it's easier to see. So I didn't have the intermediate manual for a lot of arts, especially really good ones like Backslash, and I had like 30k AP here just sitting around with like nothing good to do that should be going into some of my best arts like this. So before this stream started, I went ahead and I looked up where all these arts manuals were that I could pick up. So now I'm broke because I spent them all on arts manuals, but all the arts that I have set on Shulk, Sharla, and Dunban here all go up to the intermediate manual now, except for Drive Boost, because the place where we can get that we haven't been to yet. So like pretty soon-ish then. So I went around actually spending all their AP. So because of that, even though we've only gone up 1 level, we should now have a massive power increase, considering things like Backslash went from level 4 to level 7. And yeah, I didn't put any points into the Minato arts anymore. Like, those are plenty leveled up from the last time I leveled those up when I couldn't put any points here. So I did that. I didn't get any new gear or anything like that. But yeah, so I went around, collected arts manuals, I got another level, and I re-recorded the Metal Face cutscene there. How the heck do I get up to there, though? How do I get over there? Do I have to go, like, around this way? Hold on. Where am I? Anyway, now we are ready to continue on. Yeah, I think I need to go around this way. now we're finally ready to continue on. I've already streamed all of Chapter 5 for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so when it comes to Chapter 5, just need to wrap up these parts of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and I don't think... What the heck are you guys? What the heck are you guys? Let me guess, you're gonna attack me? Yep. Anyway, I don't think that there's a lot left to this. We go into Galahad Fortress, and if I remember correctly, there's like 2 boss fights, and then that'll conclude what I have set out for this chapter. I believe. So then the next 2 chapters, Chapter 6 and Chapter 7, about partway through Chapter 7, we are going to be done with Xenoblade Chronicles 1. So Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 are going to feature a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 content. A lot more than Xenoblade 2, for sure. Because we'll be going through enough to actually wrap up the rest of the game. So yeah, Xenoblade 1 here only goes up to Chapter 7, and we're wrapping up Chapter 5 here now. So we're approaching the end here. We're approaching the end here. Like, Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 will be longer than most chapters when it comes to Xenoblade 1. Maybe not as long as Chapter 3 was. Like, Chapter 3 had enough content for, like, 2 chapters when it came to Xenoblade 1 stuff. Because there was so much that I wanted to do, so that, like, Chapter 3 would end with Shulk on Prison Island and unlocking a new form of the Monado at the same time that Rex would unlock, like, kind of the true power of the Aegis with Mithra. So it made sense, like, they both get a new sword, they both get a new power, and they both kind of unlock the true form of their swords. So it made sense for both of them to be at that point. So there was a lot of Xenoblade 1 stuff in Chapter 3. So maybe it'll be pretty close-ish to that. Maybe not quite that level of Xenoblade 1 content, but it might actually be, now that I'm thinking about it. So there's going to be quite a lot more of Xenoblade 1 compared to Xenoblade 2 in the next chapter and the chapter after that, because those are going to be the ones that actually wrap up the story. Pretty much. And then there will be the last few chapters of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and we'll be wrapping up the story as a whole in those, as well as focusing more on Xenoblade Chronicles Torna. Like, next chapter in Chapter 6 is when the first part of Torna will actually happen. Because if I do it any sooner, it'll actually spoil Xenoblade Chronicles 2 a little bit. So I have to have the... Dang it! So I have to have my Torna series start sometime in Chapter 6. Poopity. Aw, dang it. Well, this is gonna suck, isn't it? Yeah, so Torna's gonna start in Chapter 6. I believe there's only gonna be 1 part of Torna in Chapter 6, and that's it. And who do I warn here? Warn Dunban to absorb aggro from Sharla. Is what we'll do. What? That wasn't enough. I was about to give him an auto speed to make him dodge after aggro went in. But yeah, so anyway, the next 2 chapters, I believe, will each feature a very short part of Torna. Like, just like the first half an hour kind of thing, divided amongst the 2 of them. Between these 2 parts, honestly, like, not a whole lot. Just kind of like as insight to, like, this is the way that it was, like 500 years before Xenoblade 2. Just for a little bit of extra insight. And then once we're done with Xenoblade 1 in Chapter 7, then we'll be doing a lot more of Xenoblade Chronicles Torna, because then it'll also start relating to the main game of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. So with Xenoblade Chronicles Torna taking place 500 years before the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it has a heavy focus on the story of Jin and Laura there, which is also, like, emphasized in these later chapters of Xenoblade 2. So with this series, like, we're basically going to be really starting Torna in Chapters 8 and then wrapping it up in 9, even though there will be some very short parts in the next chapter and the one after that. Which is also when we're going to wrap up this game, Xenoblade 1. And hello, Tacos, how's it going today? See, using the new Mr. Krabs emote that I recently made there. From that PS2 SpongeBob game that we were streaming during the 24-hour stream. I need encouragement as well. There we go, cool. I didn't realize Dunban needed encouragement too, but I'll take it. Dang, it didn't count as from the side. That is a mighty shame. Now Charlotte needs inspiration. Everybody needs inspiration, my goodness. Get inspired. Chain attack time, okay. Alright then. Hey, Bubblehead, you understand what's going on here. Metal face is gone, Crab Rave. Hope things are going well today.
Dunban, we're counting on you.
You get the idea. Super hyped with the Dragon Quest Heroes being in Smash. Yeah, being announced the other day that they were added. I know with how you talk about Dragon Quest, I figured you'd be pretty hyped about that. Poopity pop. I've never played Dragon Quest, but it's interesting how there's like many different characters that they're adding as like reskins for each other.
The time is now.
Dang, man.
Well,
That was quite a bit of damage, though. Well, and backslash basically did it from there anyway.
Piece of cake.
So that dude definitely gave a lot of experience there. Dragon Quest is a fun series. Can I not actually go to the... Did I just go up here for nothing? Feels bad, man. Is this fall gonna kill me?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought those were characters from the same game. It just goes to show how little I know about that series. But anyway, well, guess I'm not supposed to go this way. This way, I guess? And I make my way down. You just spawned, huh? Jeez, man, don't spook me like that. Oh, this is also a drop down. How am I supposed to get here normally? Just by dropping down? Oh, there's a platform over... How did the Mechon get here normally? Oh, is that a... Oh, yeah, that's a path up that way. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, just goes to show how little I... Jeez, how many freaking Mechon are here to stand in my way? Anyway, yeah, it just goes to show how little I know about Dragon Quest. I don't know if it's something I could ever get into. Yeah, they just took the elevator. Yeah, I missed the elevator. I was supposed to go down the hall, take a left, go 3 doors down, and then it's another left turn. And then you can't miss it, it's on the right. There's the elevator. Oh, no, don't focus efforts on the other ones. Yes, these ones. Jeez, I told them to focus. No, get back here, Charlotte. No, don't aggro those ones. I hit that by accident. Get back here, Charlotte. Where? Oh, my goodness, you freaking aggroed the other ones. I can't believe it, Charlotte. Why would you do this? I changed my mind. She's still... Yeah, she ran over there and died. Now, yeah, I gotta run now. Thanks, Charlotte. Thanks, Charlotte. Anyway, yeah, so here's a bunch of mean enemies, and there's also like my outline for like the rest of this series then. Is how it's gonna work. And because I want to get through this before Fire Emblem comes out, because I know, knowing how crazy I am about Fire Emblem games, I'm going to be streaming that an insane amount. It's probably going to be like the new Octopath Traveler around here, in the sense that like it'll be like almost the only thing I stream for like a month and a half, because that's what Octopath Traveler was before I eventually beat it. Man, that was a long game. But oh my goodness, we deleted him.
Let's press on. Piece of cake.
But yeah, so we're gonna be doing quite a lot of pushing through this series before then, because I don't know how much I'll be able to commit to it once Fire Emblem comes out, because I'm going to be doing quite a bit of that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get the new Fire Emblem on release date because I ordered the special edition from Amazon, and Amazon is supposed to like support release date delivery, but to me Amazon is just like, oh, you pre-ordered the game instead of buying it on the day that it came out? How about we get it to you next week? Like every single time you check the freaking store page on Amazon for like the day that it comes out, and it's like, oh, order it now and we'll get it to you tomorrow. But I've like pre-ordered it like months in advance, and it's like, okay, you have a pre-order, we'll get it to you a week from now. It's like, what the hell? Amazon freaking hates me. Yeah, Canadian Amazon sucks. I hate it. I literally have to file a complaint every time, and every time I do, they like increase the shipping time from like 1 week to 2 days, which is still slower than if I would have bought it the day that it came out, in which case they ship it in 1 day. Me complaining changes it from 1 week to 2 days, and I complain every time. And now that there isn't like the discount for Prime members, I typically go to the store, but Amazon was the only place that I could get a pre-order of the special edition of Fire Emblem, so I really don't want to be using Amazon, but, well, I already have a freaking folder on my computer somewhere with like all my complaint letters that I have ready to like forward to them to show how many times I've encountered these problems.
We can't lose.
So, you know, I'm semi-prepared now because of how many times it's happened. You know, can't say I'm exactly the happiest Amazon customer. Oh boy, freaking 1 week shipping, and then you check the store page the day that it comes out, and it's like buy now and we'll get it to you in 1 day. Freaking twisted Amazon logic of buy it months in advance, we'll get it to you in a week. Buy it when it comes out, we'll get it to you in a day. Because that's sensible. Anyway. Yeah, so the kind that by banana is your personal favorite then, Tacos? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what any of them look like. Like, I can't even think of that trailer and identify them. So I have no idea what any of those are even referring to, because I can't even identify them by their features. I healed Dunban by accident. I need to warn Dunban and have him absorb aggro from Charla so that she doesn't get hit and die. And for now, let's focus efforts on this one, actually. But yeah, I don't think Dragon Quest would be something that I could get into myself. Dang, I did this way too late. Oh, it's not gonna kill her anymore. Sweet. Oop. Okay, and now I need a break out of days. Oh my goodness, everybody's health is so low. Oh dang it, now I'm dazed. Something randomly got stuck in my throat, even though I haven't eaten for a while. It's weird. Anyway, in other news, this week, just yesterday actually, I started I started walking on a new project. I started working on a new project for the company that I'm working for. So the company that I'm working for does like contract IT work for other companies. So right now I'm doing contract work for like the basically the elections building of my province. So I'm basically doing work for Elections Alberta right now. And what they're basically having me and 2 others do is work on wiping laptops completely clean of all the information that's on them that they use for like voting computers in Ontario. So I guess I'm technically doing work for like Elections Ontario right now. But anyway, they have 1,808 computers that we need to do a full factory reset on, which is a lot of computers, but we're also whizzing through them pretty fast considering we do 80 at a time. But I haven't like factory reset computers until yesterday. Turns out it takes a freaking long time for a computer to completely reset itself and completely wipe off all the information on the disk so that it doesn't leave like any sensitive information. Like it takes 2 hours basically. So I mean, we could always set up more computers, but I mean, you don't want to like short circuit something with there already being like 80 freaking laptops plugged into a handful of sockets. And the wiring that we have going there for that is already crazy enough as is. So typically it's like it's a lot to set up and it's a lot to take down and put them back all into the cases to be shipped back to Ontario. So there's like short bursts of like a lot of work of like setting them all up and then you wait. And then like taking them all down and setting up the next batch and stuff like that. So there's quite a bit of work in short spurts like that. But apart from that, a lot of it is just waiting for like 2 hours for the computers to completely wipe themselves. So it gives me time to do things. So on my actual work laptop that I had there, I was like, didn't I have like the latest version of my Zorwa lurk emote that I was working on Discord? So I looked and there it was. So I downloaded it, and every version of every Windows 10 computer, which is the same as my work laptop, already has Paint 3D installed. So I opened Paint 3D, and despite me only having a laptop trackpad, I worked on the freaking Zorwa emote. So eventually I got up to like this part here, where like there's still lines over like the ears there, just because I was like plotting out how exactly to do like these lines here so that would look like my actual scarf. Where did I put my actual scarf? It's like over there somewhere. But to match this design here of this scarf was my intention from the beginning. So I've been working on this emote for like a month because I had no idea that doing a plaid design like this was gonna take this long. Now I know. Now I've learned my lesson not to do freaking plaid designs like this in digital art. But anyway, now that that was finished up and I kind of dumped all the colors in that I needed to, I was like, I won't be able to do shading with a freaking trackpad because like I'm gonna need like my actual setup that I have here with like mouse and keyboard to work on that instead of just like a tiny little laptop trackpad. And then I did it with a laptop trackpad anyway and turned it into that. So the emote might be done now. I might do like some last minute touch-ups like later today, but I've been working on this emote for over a month because I completely underestimated how long it would take to do this freaking plaid design around the whole thing. Never mind all the other little details. So, and man, does shading make it look different. Like, look at this. It looks like 2D. This one's a bigger image. Like, this looks 2D kind of thing because there's no shading. And then you have a look at this, and then all of a sudden it looks like 3D. And so this was just me sitting at like a laptop trackpad being like, okay, what kind of shading could I do that would like look natural? So I just kind of randomly threw shading on there that I thought would look semi-real. Like, I'm still a pretty new digital artist, so I'm probably not the best at this, but this is what I came up with. I might do a little bit of shading just under the eyebrows, like make a little bit of a shading under there, make it look like they're casting a little bit of a shadow, and do like some last minute touch-ups that I wasn't able to do with a laptop trackpad, like some of the finer details in some places. But apart from that, we've gone from like, this is what it was before. This is what I had starting today. That was, when did I post this? Last Sunday apparently was like the last time that I worked on it, where I did these lines here, and I worked on like, I did like these lines and then those lines there, and then I stopped working on it there. I was like, okay, I'll work next time. So this is what I downloaded onto my work computer today. So I went ahead and I finished these lines here, and then I went ahead and shaded the whole thing to make it look 3D like that. So yeah, this is gonna be the new tier 3 emote, I believe. So the current tier 3 emote is like my hat, which can't really be used in like a Twitch chat context unless I'm actually talking about the hat. So this might be done. I might upload it sometime soon for Twitch to approve. So I'm pretty happy about that being done. So yeah. And I was also thinking about like what looks better as an emote, this thing or like if it's a single color like that contrasts Zoroa. So I'm not sure which I'll do. I'll figure it out. But as for like the actual full art that I'm going to be using that. And this is the longest I've ever taken on emote, and I never want to do a plaid design ever again because my goodness. But anyway, so this is the job that I've been working now. Sometimes there is like a bunch of work in short spurts like that, but for the most part, it's kind of sitting around and waiting for the computers to wipe themselves. So this is like the first job that I've worked where it's like I can be technically working and also be working on digital art at the same time, because we have to wait for the laptops to wipe themselves before we can do that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this whole opportunity. And man, oh man, since starting this stream, even though there was like 5 minutes of me setting up, it's taken about like 25 minutes just to get from over there to over here because of all things I've been ranting about. But I think I'm pretty much done ranting now about things. So right back into story stuff, I guess.
Here's our way in.
There's no turning back.
We can't let them find us. Let's move.
Right.
Oh, that cutscene just to stay here. Anyway, one last note about this job as well. This project that I've been assigned to, it was estimated that it was gonna take like a month, is what they originally thought. But at the pace that me and the other two are going as a group, if our calculations are right for how many laptops we're doing a day, it'll take us less than 2 weeks when their original estimation was a month. Because there's 1,808 total computers that we have to wipe, and we're doing like 250 a day. So you know, we're kind of whizzing through these things. It's a great time.